Well, Sean, obviously this is a very different way of training dogs to what we're used to seeing on RPG TV. What are the advantages that you have, do you think, in training just 2 dogs and so close to your house?
Basically, you're with them nearly, 24 hours a day, and you're keeping an eye on them, any lameness, whether they are sort of grumpy, happy, you're just watching them 100%.
You really get to know them, and you bond with them as well. You can see, particularly the bitch you've got here, very well bonded to you.
Yeah, she's, I suppose she's a bit like a pet as well now. She's happy enough outside in the kennels, and she wanders in and out of the house when she needs to.
What are the difficulties, the challenges in training like this?
I suppose the galloping, the larger paddocks, the free movement of them. For me to gallop a dog takes me an hour. It's out of the kennel into the van, drive to the gallop, and then gallop and come back. Gallop's only 15 seconds. So it takes an hour, hour and a half, traffic permitting. They're the disadvantages. But then it has an advantage that way as well. You get them used to travelling in the van, they're used to going out, and obviously dogs love to run. So when they go into the van, they know they're running. So.
And that said as well, for you personally, and the job you do, which you can tell us about, it all works. You have the time to do these things.
Yeah, I normally finish work by 6 o'clock.
You're a fishmonger?
A fishmonger, yeah. I start probably midnight and finish at 6. Only 3 days a week. So it gives me plenty of time during the day to do what I need to do with the dogs, whether it's galloping, putting them on a walk machine, or just generally taking them out for a walk around the fields and stuff.
Do the dogs get lots of fish?
They have fish at least 3 times a week.
Fresh fish?
Fresh fish, always fresh.
And it explains your prefix as well. All your dogs you've ever had are called Broadway.
Yeah, I've got a unit in Broadway Market Tooting. So it just seemed, it was one of my friend's ideas, so hence it's Broadway, and then whatever the other part of the dog's name is that we change.
We've touched on the fish, but actually the food I've seen here today is human grade quality, bought from Sainsbury's no less, fresh mince. What are your sort of beliefs and thoughts when it comes to feeding?
Well, I think feeding, everybody says it's the number one thing really for a dog. You only get out what you put in. I suppose I couldn't feed this way if I had 100 dogs, so I'd have to get more commercial side of feeding, but keeping 2 or 3 dogs, it's always fresh, it's conveniently kept. As I said, I feed 3 or 4 vegetables, half a pound to a pound of beef, only 1 cup of biscuit. They have a nice breakfast in the morning, so yeah, they seem to look well on it anyway.
Obviously the sport has changed so much since I met you back in the Wimbledon days. What do you think are the main challenges facing the sport at the moment from where you are?
Everybody is, who does it for their living, I suppose, is the prize money. That doesn't affect me because I don't do it for the prize money, so I don't really get involved in that. I can see that, it is an issue for some of them. It was the closure of tracks, but obviously Towcester reopening, Oxford, and now the one in Wales is promising. I suppose it's a lack of dogs as well. There's a lack of dogs now, so I suppose breeding took a bit of a hit.
And actually it's a struggle that you face sometimes with races not filling.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They don't fill from one week to the next, and I try to race my dogs around my work, so there's certain days that I can't run, and obviously the races typically fill on the days that I can't get there, but yes, it is a bit annoying when racing don't fill because of lack of dogs.
All that said, you're one of those guys where I get the impression it's just in you and it will never leave you. Yeah,
I was out of it for a little while by owning and training dogs, but you always, once it's in you, from a kid, from my dad and my granddad in Ireland, you always watch, look out for the results and see who's winning, and that gives you then the appetite to go and get another dog to see if you can compete with them.